The low cost loan autopsy. I'm going to break down a low cost loan for you in this video. I had a borrower call me in a panic. He went with a big box hard money lender because they quoted him 9% and 1 point on a hard money loan. So on a $300,000 loan, he expected to pay $3,000 in loan costs. But when he got the actual term sheet from the lender, his total costs were $7,445. Today, I'm going to do a forensic autopsy on a low rate and fee term sheet to show you why it died, and in other words, why it won't work for this borrower. Lenders, they love to lead with the hook. 9% and 1 point. It sounds great in a TikTok post, but look at the junk fees they hide in the fine print. Processing fee, $1,500. Underwriting fee, $1,950. Document prep, $995. By the time you add up your 1 point loan, it's actually a 2.5 point loan. So, when comparing quotes from different hard money lenders, what do? You look at the bottom line. You look at all of the costs, because sometimes the guys claiming to be low cost are anything but. And pay attention to each lender's specific requirements for funding. That low cost lender may require an appraisal that you don't have time for. That low cost lender may want tax returns, 12 months of bank statements, or even a minimum credit score, right? Sometimes you may need to pay a little higher interest rate or fees to avoid appraisals, to avoid the minimum credit score trap. That's what I call it. To avoid a ton of documentation that will prevent you from closing by your deadline. So, quick recap. When comparing among your different hard money lenders, look at all of the loan costs, add up all your junk fees, and make sure to compare the final requirements before funding before you choose your hard money lender. The guy I'm talking about is a repeat borrower, Nathan. I've been funding rental property purchases for Nathan for so many years now. He was the one that called me in a panic. He was buying an investment property, a rental property in Casper, Wyoming. He came to me for a quote on funding it. I gave him a fair quote, 11.5%, 1.5 points for a 12-month term. Well, he fell for literally a TikTok from a big box hard money lender based out of California that offered him a 9% and 1 point loan. So this was a real scenario. But he had to close in 10 days. That big box hard money lender dragged him on for 3 of those business days, gathering all of the documentation that they wanted before they would even give him this term sheet, right? So he lost 3 days before he even had the real terms and requirements in writing. Well, once he realized that this lender was charging him 2.5 points, and he realized that it was quite a bit higher than what I had quoted him, he then called me in that panic I had talked about and said, hey, can you perform a miracle? I need to close this thing quickly now. I'm out of time because I wasted a bunch of time with that big box hard money lender. Well, luckily for Nate, we closed it, right? And it was a good deal. He was stressed out the whole time, but he ended up buying that rental property in Casper, Wyoming, and it's going to be a good deal for him. But again, lesson learned for Nate. What did he learn? He learned that not all hard money lenders are created equal, right? So when you're out there shopping for hard money lenders, make sure that you know what all of the fees are, right? Add up all your junk fees and your points. And then if the lender charges you after closing for like draws, if they're holding back your repair money, like on a fix and flip, how much do they charge per draw, right? Get all of the fees at closing and after closing. And then make sure you understand all of the requirements. An appraisal, that's a big one. Appraisals burn more time than anything I've ever seen, right? They take longer than Christmas. So if a lender is going to require an appraisal or require a ton of documentation or a minimum credit score that you don't think that you can comply with, ditch that lender and find the real deal lender like High West Lending that can get your deal funded by your deadline so you don't lose that property.